Look at the amazing plant that we have, which is growing here, while down here in Africa without cultivation. If you go to Japan, you can see it's growing massively. If you go to Japan, it's a very common plant. They call it a Jiaogulan, and it's one of those African indigenous plants that is growing while we have been using it for centuries here in Africa. And in Japan, they call it plant of immortality. Plant of immortality. In the 70s in Japan, they do research about this plant. They realize that they have a lot of minerals and a lot of vitamins that it can heal mankind. Botanically, we call it Giantostemma pentipylon. Giantostemma pentipylon. You can look at the plant, it's growing here wildly. And I think if you can look at, it's one of those creeping plants that is growing here in Africa without cultivation. I don't know whether you know this plant. If you take a closer look at the plant as it's growing here, it's growing wildly without cultivation, and it's a creeping plant. If you are a man, you have been battling with poor drive as a man all the time. This man is very poor as a man. This plant is one of those plants that I recommend to you. I think if you look at the plant, you can see when they do fence, whereby bush is very close to that fence, you will realize that the plant will grow, it will climb up that fence, and at the long run it will be creeping, and it will grow massively, and it will grow wildly without cultivation. That is the reason why I always talk about that we African, we have plenty, but we hunger in the means of plenty. This plant is one of those plants that Japanese have done research on. So if you are a man and you know about this plant, you want to perform, you want to boost libido, you want to boost sperm count, you want to boost fertility as a man, this Jiaogulan is one of those plants that I recommend to you. I recommend to you because it have those vitamins that a man needs as a man in order to stay strong as a man. Because most of these problems that men always have, 90% of them, it can be caused by infection, it can be caused by kind of food you eat, diet, it can be caused by lifestyle, and if you are diabetic as well, this kind of a problem in a man of poor libido can always be there. So please look for Jiaogulan plant and boil it and take it as a tea as a man. If you know it, drop a comment below. If you have ever come across this plant, drop a comment below. If you have been using it, drop a comment below. Share this video. Join me. Let's go on this journey of healing. Just harvest the plant. You can dry it in a cold, dry place. When you dry it in a cold, dry place, and then you get the organic powder and be using it as a tea, or you have the fresh one, you can boil the fresh one and be using the fresh one as a tea. I tell you one thing, you are going to thank me later. If you do this therapy, I'm telling you now, you are going to thank me later. Every morning, just boil water, 1 teacup, the dry organic powder of Jiaogulan, fetch the powder, 1 teaspoon, and then mix it together and drink it as a tea. You as a man that you are poor, within a tink of an eye, you as a man, you start performing nicely, happily, and you'll be living happily as ever before. Because sometimes you as a man, you have been complaining and this cannot get up in time. You are always talking about politics. Don't talk about politics. Do the work as a man. Because if that job cannot be done, another person can do it for you. If another person do it for you, there will be a very big problem in that house. And I will not be there to quench that fire, not to burn down that house. So please, use this plan and call me later and give your testimony on the comment section. Make sure you share this video, subscribe to all our social media handles, drop a comment below. Make sure you give this video a thumb up if you are a man. Please join me. Let's go on this journey of healing. If you have ever come across this plan, share this video and drop a comment